Hello, you are listening to Yeri of Astrology Healing Arts with an episode of Arcane Threads, interweaving philosophy, astrology, and ancient wisdom. Today, I'll be speaking on the metaphysical meanings of broken glass. Since ancient times, the sound and sight of glass breaking has immediately captured our attention and stirred our emotions. Every witch, sorcerer, and magical practitioner is especially aware of the significance of broken glass. Having experienced it break on numerous occasions, I have observed different meanings associated with the timing, location, and type of glass that breaks. The fact that I've witnessed it break so often in such frequent and uncanny ways has also alerted me to the shattering of certain illusions during a time on this earth when apparently many people are either beginning to sink deeper into illusory traps, or they are finally extricating themselves from their grasp. A multitude of metaphysical meanings have been linked with the breaking of glass in different cultures since ancient times. By some, it is believed to be bad luck or serve as a warning that something is amiss in the psychic atmosphere. Yet others believe that it's actually a sign of good luck or protection from harm. There are so many interpretations to consider based on the type of glass and the conditions surrounding its breakage. In Job 37:18 of the Bible, the sky is referred to as a dome-like firmament with a glass-like texture, and I quote, "Hast thou stretched out the heavens which are strong, and as a molten looking glass?" On one occasion, recorded in Genesis 7:11, this firmament seems to have cracked open, causing a worldwide flood to destroy life on earth. And I quote, "In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, in the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened." End of quote. The celestial lights and stars above us comprise our very own sky clock. Glass is made from quartz sand, comprised of silicon dioxide, and quartz is used to make earthly clocks and watches. The quartz contains unique properties used for the keeping of time due to its piezoelectric effect, which allows it to generate electric signals when subjugated to mechanical pressure. The quartz vibrates at a consistent frequency when powered by a battery. This clues us into the unique properties of glass that, when broken, indicate the disruption of a pattern or the end of a cycle. There is an old phrase that there will be 7 years bad luck as a consequence of breaking a mirror. In ancient Greece and Rome, reflective surfaces, including bodies of water, were believed to hold spiritual powers. They were considered mediums through which one could communicate with the gods, and which could reflect portions of the human soul. Charon was the ferryman of Hades who carried the souls of the deceased across the river Styx and Acheron, hinting at the connection between reflective surfaces and the other side. Glass vessels, sometimes broken, have been found in graves and burial grounds in many parts of the world, from Egypt and the Middle East to Europe. In Jewish weddings, glass is purposefully broken and stomped upon at the end of the ceremony. Breaking glass holds many symbolic meanings in this wedding ritual, but most of all, its intention seems to be aimed toward protecting the longevity of the union. Glass is featured in stories and tales around the world, from the glass slipper in Cinderella to Snow White by the Brothers Grimm. In Cinderella, the glass slipper proves her true identity, which cannot be counterfeited. In Snow White, a beautiful maiden who is trapped within a glass coffin is discovered and set free by a tailor's apprentice. The glass contains a curse, and it magically binds the maiden until she is rescued. In the tale of the Snow Queen by Hans Christian Andersen, the shards of a gigantic broken glass mirror distorts people's perceptions. In this story that is charged with powerful symbolism, the Snow Queen uses the mirror of reason, which takes the form of a frozen lake, to trap a young boy, confuse and separate him from reality. In each fairy tale, glass is a substance that can clarify or obfuscate. Magically, it has been used to control and warp cognitive functions. In modern Western culture, perhaps no other children's story has stirred our imagination as much as Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, made into the movie Alice Through the Looking Glass. After falling into a rabbit hole, she finds herself in a strange and whimsical realm that operates like a giant chessboard, symbolism that can be tied to Freemasonry. At some point, she arrives at a reflective wall through which she can observe others, but they cannot see or hear her. This looking glass is a portal to another, inverted reality. Along with the myriad layers of symbolism that this presents us with, it hints at the ability of glass to both contain and reveal hidden intentions. When glass breaks, we sense that either a boundary has been breached, a veil has been lifted, or the effects of a certain spell have reached completion. Project Looking Glass is the name of a reputed secret government program aimed at time travel, Stargate technology, and remote viewing. Area 64, also known as Alice's Floor, is the name of a sub-facility said to be near Area 51, where one of the looking glass devices was allegedly held. This covert initiative is believed to use plasma as a medium to create portals for viewing future events or timelines. Plasma, which is ionized gas, in extreme cases can either melt or create glass. In the above purported experiment, glass is not referred to literally but metaphorically. Specifically, it refers symbolically to a mirror which, upon passing through, one is led to an alternate reality. When glass or a mirror breaks, it doesn't always necessarily mean something significant, but when it does, it tends to coincide with our own consciousness being altered in some way. Glass, and especially mirrors, are astrologically linked with the moon, and in Vedic astrology, with Venus. The moon and Venus happen to be the two celestial lights most commonly associated with feminine energy. Due to its shiny reflective surface, glass is also associated with water, and therefore, like the moon itself, it is associated with mirages, illusions, and simulated reality. Because of quartz-infused glass's association with time, I would say it also shares some connotations with Saturn, the great chronocrater. Less commonly observed is the significance of metal snapping unexpectedly. The type of metal that accidentally breaks clues us into its underlying meaning. Copper is a conductor, astrologically ruled by Venus, so when it breaks, perhaps, energy is being rerouted in the way of love or finances. Silver is reflective and ruled by the moon, so when it breaks, there are changes related to psychic energy, astral experiences, or the dream time. Gold is ruled by the sun and is a symbol of wealth and vitality. A gold wedding ring that breaks could, in certain circumstances, symbolically indicate the end of a relationship or a bond of trust broken. In some situations, the breakage or warping of metal or the breakage of glass may be seen as the nigredo, or dissolution process referred to in inner alchemy, which points toward clearing the old to make way for the new. A rebalancing of energy or an energetic settling of accounts occasionally takes place in this manner. Now on to some possible meanings to the breaking of glass. 1. A random glass breaks. This is often a warning of misfortune or a sign that energy has been released. Here is how to know the difference. If something is wrong, you will notice many negative occurrences to follow. If an energy has been released, or if an old spell has been broken, relief from struggle and new clarity will follow the breaking of glass. As you sweep or clear away the broken shards of glass, take a moment to acknowledge this closure. Truly let it go. 2. Frequent accidental shattering of glass objects. This can either mean that a person is feeling fragmented, ungrounded, and uneasy, or that there is sort of a bullet dodging effect when it comes to negative energy and psychic attack. Either way, the glass breaking is asking you to become more vigilant and aware of your surroundings. Something of significance needs to change as soon as possible. You most likely know what that is, but it may require a great deal of energy and courage to accomplish. Number 3, injury is caused by broken glass. Aside from the possibility that this was merely an accident or misfortune, if other signs in your life indicate that you are under psychic attack, this occurrence would add fuel to it. This is by far one of the most dangerous indications of a weakened energy field. Negativity has now pierced into the physical vehicle itself. The body part or parts affected are of special significance symbolically. 4. Glass breaks during a conversation. When this occurs after a question is asked or a strong statement is made, this could be a confirmation. The glass could break in a number of different ways, such as suddenly cracking, falling from a surface all on its own, or suddenly being knocked over by accident by someone in the environment. Some spirits are capable of pushing or cracking glass, and this is their way of gaining your attention. Number 5, the computer screen cracks. One possible meaning, but don't run away with this and don't reach. If this doesn't make sense to you, let it go. It could be that negative energy is coming through social media, online spies, the internet, or AI. A television screen cracking or breaking in some unusual manner may have a similar meaning in that you are not paying attention to what's coming through the screen, and it's now having a very detrimental impact on your health or in your environment. Number 6, a magically charged glass, metal, or much worn piece of jewelry suddenly breaking tends to mean that it has done its job, or it has protected the owner from psychic attack. Number 7, a mirror cracks. Depending on circumstances, this could mean that a spirit is escaping through a portal, a sorcerer or sorceress is executing an attack, or an urgent message from one's own subconscious is coming through. Since the medieval period in Europe, it was believed that if a mirror broke, bad luck would follow for 7 years. In ancient Rome, it was also believed that the gods observed and communicated with humans via mirrors, which contained soul fragments. Number 8, breaking glass kitchenware. This could be a warning about what is being ingested physically or energetically. Conversely, and depending on circumstances, it could indicate that you have successfully broken a negative habit. Number 9, vehicle windows and windshields are broken suddenly by rocks or debris. Well, besides being an accident that hopefully did not injure anyone, this could, on certain occasions, indicate that someone is either directing negative energy away or thinking very strongly about you. It could also mean that your defenses are down and you need to become more vigilant of your surroundings in general. This is usually an indication that you need to clear your space or strengthen your psychic shield. For further clues in piecing together your experience, you may wish to take note of the following astrological indications. The moon rules silvery, white, and reflective surfaces such as glass and mirrors. Porcelain, a common kitchenware item, is also generally ruled by the moon. So check, what sign was the moon in and what aspects was she making at the time of the glass or metal breaking? Did the moon make contact with any of your personal planets or other important placements? Also, what color was the glass if it was not clear? The color may clue you into an area of your life that needs adjustment, protection, or repair. Or it may indicate the area where you are breaking free from a negative pattern. Here are some color correspondences to consider. Red for power, passion, or wealth. Yellow for thoughts and communication. Green, health and relationships. Blue, spiritual connection and messages. Venus rules luxury glass items such as ornate windows, stained glass, glassware, and fine decorative porcelain with intricate details. If such an item broke unexpectedly, check to see what sign Venus was in at the time and what aspects it was making. If there were any associated injuries from broken or shattered glass, what was the sign and condition of Mars? What house did it fall in? This may clue you into whether enemies were involved or if this was the result of recklessness or misfortune. Saturn rules earthenware such as pottery and ceramics that were hardened over time, often with the aid of fire. If this is the type of item that shattered, check for the sign and position of Saturn at that moment and check its transits in your own natal chart. Each metal is ruled by a different planet. Certain stones contain traces of metals and minerals. Check the position and aspects of the associated planet at the time of breakage. The Sun corresponds with brass and gold, the Moon with silver, Mercury with aluminum and mercury, Venus with copper, Mars with iron and steel, Jupiter with tin, Saturn with lead. How about your own personal transits that day? Observing these details will sharpen your astrological acuity. Have you noticed any interesting patterns surrounding broken glass? I welcome your questions, thoughts, and experiences. Thank you for listening to Arcane Threads.